Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Nothing But Bangers, aka MBB, aka Bangers, aka I'm back with an update on how to make you prepared the best possible way for the new mini set that's coming out, and a little bit of thought as you prepare for the even bigger set that's coming in the end of January. So let's get to it. In the early morning of December 12th, on a Thursday, we finally got the trailer and a sneak preview as to what we've all been waiting for with the Pokemon trading card game Pocket mini set. Now, this mini set had been speculated. I know that I made videos speculating it was potentially Team Rocket. I know a lot of people potentially speculated that they were going to release some Elite Four type content, and they kind of did. But they definitely did not do Team Rocket, so I was dead wrong on that. But what I want to do is, I don't want to play the trailer for you because I've already made a video about that. You should definitely check that video out, by the way. But what I do want to do is kind of give you some tips and some pointers so that way you have an idea of how you can prepare for this mini set that's coming up in a few days. Now, this mini set, I don't want to go too far into spoilers, but without kind of going into individual cards and whatnot, basically the first thing that I want to tell you is that this mini set is going to happen roughly 40 days before we get a set that's almost like 3 times the size of this mini set. So, in other words, if you want to go all out on Mythical Island because, you're pulling out the almighty credit card, then feel free, have at it. I would probably start with the premium pass, for example, and then from there I would go for the gold bundles, depending on what my bracket was in terms of how much I could spend, because gold is going to usually be the best value as you convert it to packs. Now, let's just talk about the free-to-play players for a second. One of the things that I want to point out as a free-to-play player is that you are going to get a free pack every 12 hours. And maybe this is, your first mini set. This is the first expansion that you've ever dealt with in terms of a trading card game or any kind of, trading card game extra set, whatever. But basically, there's going to be a lot of hype and a lot of anticipation for these kind of things. And so one way that you could prepare for this mini set, and this goes for anybody free to play and pay to play, is I would actually stop opening up booster packs a day before the mini set was supposed to launch. So for example, the mini set is supposed to launch, for me at midnight, on December 17th. That's when it's supposed to release. So I want to make sure that because, as it states right here, every 12 hours, you can choose a booster pack to open. I want to make sure that you're aware that you can actually stop opening up packs and let 2 of them kind of pile up. Now, you can't do more than 2 packs piled up, but you can stop at 2 packs and pile them up. So that means, hey, if your pack timer is, you just kind of take a look at your pack timer and let it get maxed out for 12 hours for, each pack. So for me, again, I will not open any packs on December 16th, which is the day before the mini set. So that way, as soon as the mini set, drops and I'm able to log on, I'm going to be able to rip 2 packs right away without spending any money. Now, if you are free to play, that's actually the best way to kind of, hey, maybe you're trying to get as many packs as you can for free before that big giant set at the end of January. And then again, being able to rip 2 packs right off the bat is going to be a pretty nice little burst of, a little bit of a dopamine, right? So that's one of the first tips. Now, let's talk about another tip. So for this next tip, I want to just kind of scroll through. I just searched, Pokemon Pocket Mythical Island, and you're already going to start seeing people talking about, oh, this card's a meta breaker. Oh my gosh, this card is busted. Oh my gosh, everybody's going to play this card. Every deck's going to have this card. Like, oh man, dude, this new card is going to change the game. They're all just kind of playing the game of, YouTube. And, hey, I'm guilty of it too. I want to generate hype. I want to get people, checking out my content. But one of the first things that I would tell you is don't believe the hype. We've had a lot of examples in other card games of cards that were super hyped up. And because they were so hyped up, people kind of FOMO in and they just start swiping the credit card. They start putting all their eggs in one basket, trying to make sure that they can craft a card. And then the card turns out to not be very good. So one of the tips that I would give you is to don't believe the hype. Just be patient, open up your free packs, and then watch other people play. That's going to be one of the first things that you're going to be able to do, especially because, there's going to be a lot of tournaments like that day and that week. You're going to be able to basically see what cards are starting to perform very well, like right off the bat, because some of these cards, they're very hyped already. And honestly, some of them may be like that might be right? Like there's some cards that may be broken and, we're hyping them up. But again, the only way to confirm this kind of thing is to actually play the cards. And so don't feel like you have to FOMO into anything. Don't feel like you have to believe the hype. Just, hey, this is going to be crazy and hard to do, especially in today's day and age where people want things like that. They want that instant gratification. They want that instant purchase. They want that instant dopamine. But I would just tell you to be patient and really decide, hey, is it better for me to just be patient and wait and see how these cards actually affect the decks that we're playing? And like, hey, maybe I see a deck that I really want to try out because I saw how it did in a tournament or I saw a cool deck list. So now that I was patient, now I can go and try to target that specific card with my wonder picks, right? Because again, one of the biggest things that you're going to be able to use outside of those 2 free packs for not opening packs for 24 hours. But another thing you're going to be able to do is, hey, use those wonder picks to your advantage. I would be saving up my wonder picks. That's another tip. So again, save up for 24 hours, those packs. Don't believe the hype and save up those wonder picks. I've already kind of stopped wonder picking because I want my meter to be completely full, and I've been doing the event. So I'm pretty much ready to go, and I'm trying not to spend a ton of money on this game right at this moment. I especially, again, the way that they've got this mapped out, and again, like, just kind of going back to this guide that's on the main website, but the way they've kind of got things mapped out is they're really, this is kind of like them dangling a carrot in front of us, right? They're putting that carrot out there because, again, they know that people are going to want to rush to get as many cards as possible from the new set. And then in roughly 40 days, again, we're going to get a set that's like 3 times the size of this, and then we're going to have to swipe our cards again. So I'm just trying to give you some tips as somebody who may be free to play, and then as well as like somebody who may not try to spend a whole arm and a leg on this game, because you can get really wrapped up in this. And again, with those 40 days, you're going to have more than enough time to rip packs and probably get the entire set, just by doing your daily activities and not spending a dime. If you have premium, well, then that's even better because you're going to get that extra pack. So again, I would be patient. I would save up those packs. I would not buy, believe in the FOMO. I would relax, look at the tournament data, watch some people play some decks on Twitch, which, by the way, I will be streaming on Twitch. I've got some brews ready, I'm going to be making some videos for you guys soon. But, again, don't feel like you have to believe the hype. You can be patient and you're going to get just as good of an experience because you're not going to be wasting extra resources. And then obviously the big thing is going to be wonder picks, which I think is actually like one of the next things down here in this guide. Yeah, wonder picks. Now, the last thing that I'll leave you with as I wrap up this video is, hey, there's a possibility that pack points may be something that you're really able to take advantage of. I don't know. We all are kind of like waiting to see what happens. Like if the genetic Apex base set counts for the pack points for the mini set. We're still kind of waiting to see that because I haven't spent any of these pack points for months now, basically, or at least a month, because I had everything that I pretty much wanted, or I wonder picked it. And so again, just kind of giving you tips and pointers. Be on the lookout for these pack points. Maybe don't spend any pack points for the moment being, just until we can confirm whether or not we can use those pack points. And again, like if you're trying to figure out like what to wonder pick, a lot of people will say only wonder pick the 2 cost wonder pick cards. Personally, I would wonder pick any of the new EXs just because those are going to be very hard to pull compared to, the cards that are of lower rarity. So again, those are just my handful of tips I wanted to give you a good experience. I really hope that you enjoy the mini set. I really enjoyed waiting for it and seeing the preview. And again, look forward to more of my content. There's going to be a ton of decks that I'm going to be putting out here pretty soon, and then I'm going to be streaming on Twitch. And if you haven't seen my Twitter, I will plug this real quick. But on my Twitter, I have been doing a daily card of the day, and I try to release it Monday through Friday, so that way we can, hey, maybe have something to look back on. And, you can kind of catch up with all those card of the days on my Twitter. And obviously the username that I use on Twitter is at the bottom of the screen. But thank you so much for watching towards the end. I appreciate you giving me time out of your day. Maybe on background noise. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you got some tips for how to get ready for this mini set. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.